What allowed Marcus Aurelius to face wars, pandemics, economic crises, and the death of 8 of his 13 children, and still be remembered as one of the greatest leaders of his time? Throughout history, he was seen as a true mentor, influencing great personalities, leaders, and thinkers. For 19 years, Marcus Aurelius wrote a series of thoughts which gave rise to Meditations. Meditations is not a scientific book explaining how the world works. Instead, it is a practical manual of mental techniques and tools for a more peaceful and fulfilling life. It was the notebook of a man who carried the weight of the Roman Empire on his shoulders while striving to be good. The fact that he wrote this specifically for himself with no intention of anyone else seeing it truly shows the sincerity and authenticity of his thoughts, how brilliant, humble, and deeply human he was. If you wish to understand and use this knowledge to improve your life, this video is for you. I have gathered 22 principles from Meditations to guide us, inspire us, and sustain us in pursuit of a full and meaningful life. Now let's go through the principles. If you are new here, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. 1. Your mind is stronger. Your mind should be stronger than your body and emotions. Understand that you have a body and a mind, but it is the mind, with its ability to think and reason, that makes you unique. Using this ability well means making the most of what nature has offered you. Deep down, you know what you should do, but sometimes you don't, because you let your body take control. When you decide to do something, like waking up half an hour earlier, and end up not doing it because you are tired, lazy, or lack motivation, you allow it to control you. At these moments, start asking yourself, will I allow this to dominate me? Giving in means letting your body or emotions control your mind, which inevitably leads to sadness and regret. This happens because you are not letting your mind fulfill its potential. The secret is to control your mind. By mastering your mind, you begin to do good. And doing good is the path to true happiness. As you start using reason and logic, your life will change completely, almost like going from night to day. In a few days, you will feel so good and strong that it's as if you have undergone years of change. This happens when you return to your basic principles and value reason. Strengthen your mind so it governs over your body and emotions. Thinking this way, you can change your life for the better. 2. Have self-respect. Value self-respect in every decision you make. Always ask yourself, am I acting in a way that I will be proud of in the future? Am I being true to what I believe in? Be careful not to say or do something that doesn't reflect what you truly believe. Never consider something good if it means breaking a promise, losing your self-respect, or hating someone. When you feel angry, remember that true strength is not in succumbing to emotions, but in the ability to remain kind and cordial. True strength, bravery, and courage belong to those who maintain calm and self-control, not those who are carried away by passion and dissatisfaction. Do not become a tyrant nor submit to the will of others on whims. 3. Do what needs to be done. Being firm and independent in life means fulfilling your obligations without depending on others, facing your challenges head-on. Wherever life or your responsibilities place you, that's where you must stand firm and face any difficulty without fear of failure. The most important thing is to ask yourself if your actions are correct, rather than worrying about the risks involved. You are mistaken if you think that someone worthy of respect gives more importance to their fears than doing what is right. Focus on acting correctly, evaluating whether your actions are those of a good person or not. 4. When you encounter cruelty, when you come across rudeness, hostility, or negative criticism, see it as an opportunity to grow and evolve. If the criticism is fair, it's a chance to learn and improve, so accept it with an open heart, without feeling diminished or inferior. But if the criticism is unfair, remember that we all make mistakes. It's not necessary to take it personally or hold grudges. Start remembering your own mistakes and look at those who criticize you with compassion. Similarly, if you need to correct someone, do it with respect and humility, aiming to help, not with the intention of hurting or placing yourself above the other. Speak directly to the person, and if that doesn't work, reflect on the virtues we can use against the flaws. Kindness, for example, is an excellent antidote to malice. By acting kindly in the face of negative actions, many don't know how to react. And even those who are not ashamed and continue to act rudely, don't let their behavior define your moral value. Regardless of others' actions, your mission is always to be kind. If you trusted someone who didn't deserve it, see it as a learning experience and understand that the mistake was yours for being naive. Believe in kindness, but accept the reality that there are people with ill intentions. This prepares us for life, and understand that the harm done by others only affects your inner peace and harms your soul if you do evil in return. It's your job to be good and not let their evil change who you are. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. 5. Everything depends on how you interpret it. Marcus Aurelius teaches us something powerful. Everything depends on how you interpret what happens in your life. He tells us that although it's not an absolute truth, this idea serves as an incredible tool for everyday life. Basically, what affects us is how we choose to view situations, not the situations themselves. This means we have the choice of how to react to everything that happens. For example, if it starts raining, we can get annoyed with the weather and be bothered by rain when we're leaving work, because we'll hit traffic, the subway will be slower, or we can be thankful for the fact that we're alive, able to work and feel the rain. The idea is simple. We can clear all impressions and thoughts that are problematic and pessimistic and quickly find peace of mind. The secret is to control our minds, to see the positive side of things. Ultimately, you are what you think continually. So, start observing what thoughts exist in your head, what thoughts go through your head when you wake up, what you think before you go to sleep, which occupy your day, because they are the ones that will dictate the rhythm of your life. Your soul is dyed by the color of your thoughts. 6. Do not isolate yourself from the world. We were made to live together and help each other. Do not let anger or discouragement, not even the bitter opinion of some, prevent you from doing good things for the world. We should all feel good about helping because it's the right thing to do. Seek to understand and like people, even if they make mistakes. This makes it easier as we remember that we all make mistakes and no one will live forever. In the end, we are all together on the same journey, and regardless of their actions, they have no power to hurt us if we do not accept it. A useful mental strategy is to focus on the positive qualities of the people around you. We all have talents and abilities. It could be someone's energy, simplicity, or generosity. This will help you see others in a more positive light and feel more inspired. 7. Avoid complaining. Whatever the situation, try not to complain. Face the work in front of you and do it without complaining. If it's something you can't do alone, ask for help without being ashamed. But do it without complaining, not even inside, not even in thought. 8. Life is short. Remember that life is short and death is inevitable for everyone, so the time to act is now. It is crucial to decide to pursue justice, honesty, courage, self-control, and rational action above all else. Think about how many times you have postponed plans and procrastinated, how many opportunities have been lost. Your life is limited and time is passing. Stop seeking others' approval and postponing things. Decide today that you will start acting. Don't live as if you had all the time in the world. Death is always lurking. Making the choice to live well now can end your internal suffering. You suffer because you choose to wait to be good tomorrow instead of today. One way to change this is to think that the part of your life up to now is over, and from today you are living a new life, which must be lived correctly. Think of yourself as if you had already lived your life. Now, with the time that remains, live correctly. It is shameful for your soul to give up while your body is still capable. As we age, the chances of achieving great feats may decrease, but that doesn't mean we should give up on building our character and doing good. Even if you haven't become the great thinker or scientist you imagined, you can still achieve freedom, humility, serve others, and live according to Stoic principles. Just as we accept physical limitations, we must accept the limitations of our life. Death will come for everyone, and fear of the future should not prevent us from acting courageously today. With this mindset, we can fully live every moment that remains to us. 9. Choose to do what is right. Focus on doing what is right, even if people disagree. If something is not right, don't do it. If something is not true, don't say it. Don't do anything wrong just because others are doing it. And don't worry if they will praise you for it. When you do something good, do it because you want to help, not expecting to receive anything in return. The act of doing good is already a reward. The true pleasure is in performing one good deed after another, acting with kindness and virtue, regardless of whether people thank or recognize you. Don't let someone's bad behavior divert you from your path. Be happy with any progress, no matter how small, and feel good just for trying to help. If your goal is to act correctly, you will be on the right path, even if obstacles appear. Do not base your happiness on what others think or do, but on your own actions. If you are leading, be ready for criticism, but continue doing good without expecting applause. The important thing is to remain true to what is right, without seeking approval. Do not let others' opinions prevent you from doing what is right. 10. Act with direction. Always be alert and practice intentional actions. Often, we live on autopilot, doing things without really thinking about them. Avoid actions without purpose or that are not aligned with solid principles. Do not let yourself be carried away without direction. Make an effort to observe your mind critically, as if you were evaluating someone else's mind. Always ask yourself, what am I using my mind for right now? What kind of person am I being? Am I acting like a child, a tyrant, or an animal? What is making me act this way? If you can control your actions and thoughts and act in an organized manner, you will find peace. If you do not pay attention to the movements of your mind, unhappiness, insecurity, and anxiety will increase. You can find peace from external problems at any moment simply by turning inward. But remember to do this briefly and not completely disconnect from the world. 11. The power of believing in yourself. It's curious how we value others' opinions about us more than our own, even when we love ourselves more than anyone else. This does not mean that we should be arrogant, but rather trust ourselves and do what we think is right, without giving so much importance or worrying so much about what others will think. You know your motives and don't have to explain your decisions to everyone. It's even worse when we seek to impress or gain approval from people we don't even respect. Think about it. Is it really important to receive praise from someone we don't admire? Marcus Aurelius teaches us not to focus so much on praise and to reflect on its true importance in our lives, considering whether the pursuit of recognition leaves us empty inside. Be authentic and true. There is no need to show off or try to be something you are not, just to please or gain advantages. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. What truly matters is being yourself, authentically. Be flexible. It's better to be corrected than to continue deceiving yourself. Therefore, always be open to accepting corrections. Changing your mind doesn't indicate weakness. On the contrary, it shows that you are free and capable of making noble decisions, especially if new information suggests you were mistaken. But change for valid reasons, and do it for the right reasons, not just to please others or because of the social pressure they exert. The decision to change should be yours, based on what you truly believe and know. Value freedom. Learn to accept that everyone has the right to express their opinions, even if you disagree with them. Instead of trying to control others, focus on how you react. Listen attentively and empathetically, even if what you hear isn't what you agree with, and try to put yourself in the other person's shoes without judgment. Advocate for equal rights for all, believing in a society where laws apply equally to everyone, regardless of social status or expressive power. Remember that leaders should value their citizens' freedom above all. Be aware that power can corrupt, leading to malice, hypocrisy, and even cruelty. If you hold a leadership position, remember these risks, maintain self-control, and resist the temptation to become a tyrant. Strive to be the person philosophy wants you to be, staying committed to equality and respect for everyone's freedom. The obstacle is the way. In life, the obstacles we encounter can actually become the path forward. We can ignore them and pretend they don't exist. Or we can follow Marcus Aurelius' advice and see them as an opportunity. Good, what new doors does this open? This perspective shows how your interpretation can turn difficulties into opportunities. The mind is incredibly adaptable, capable of redirecting obstacles to serve our purposes. What blocks our path can in fact direct our journey. Of course, no one wishes to have problems like having a broken car or losing a job. But instead of complaining and digging yourself deeper into despair, you start looking for a way out and learning from the situation. Start asking yourself, what can I gain from this? This mindset turns the obstacle into the path itself, opening up new possibilities. You possess the greatest of human instruments, your mind, but only you control it, and you can make it work to either sink you or help you progress. Marcus Aurelius, through his Meditations, offers us a collection of mental strategies to make life more peaceful. He used these psychological tricks to stay true to himself while facing the worst atrocities of the ancient world. We can do the same. Adversity is a part of life. The universe isn't particularly concerned with our existence. We weren't the only ones in the world drawn with problems, difficulties, and situations that make our lives harder. Accepting that hardships, setbacks, and even tragedies are a side of life is to recognize what it means to be alive. And Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we all go through these experiences. He advises that, instead of hoping that hard times never come, we should seek the character strength necessary to face them. When we hope that nothing bad or sad happens to us, we focus on something we can't control. Instead, we should build our inner strength to withstand any challenges, and that is within our reach. When tough times come, we must be like a promontory facing the waves, firm and capable of calming the storm in our life. Marcus Aurelius motivates us to develop resilience that gives us the strength to face any adversity with courage, turning challenges into strength. Instead of lamenting when something bad happens, we should see it as an opportunity to be fortunate for having remained resilient. Life has this irony. It is the challenges that give us the opportunity to test and strengthen our abilities. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that in the face of something sad, we should look beyond the misfortune and see an opportunity to show our courage and strengthen our character. Facing adversity with this mindset turns difficulties into moments of growth and personal development. The eternal recurrence. The universe is always changing, but experiences are eternally the same. Whether it's a betrayal by a partner, disappointment from a friend, or professional disillusionments, all these situations have been lived by other people. Instead of letting negative feelings dominate us, it's more useful to focus our attention on what truly matters. Think about the countless people who have gone through similar situations, who felt shaken or bitter, and in the end, realized that those emotions lead nowhere. Is that how you want to end up? Marcus Aurelius encourages us not to be affected but to focus on what we can do with these experiences, treating them as raw material for our growth. Always control your expectations and remember that the focus Stoic philosophy teaches us to have is on the truly important things in life. Be practical and deal with what's in front of you. Stop wandering aimlessly and getting distracted. Keep your commitment and focus firm, especially after making a decision. If you desire peace of mind, do fewer things, but do them well. Face each task as if it were the last of your life. Do not let your emotions dominate your reasoning. Eliminate unnecessary thoughts and stop worrying about the future, creating anxieties that don't yet exist. Master your emotions and focus on the now, treating the present moment as a unique opportunity. Forget false ideas and avoid acting on emotional impulses. With dedication, you can master even what seems impossible. In any task, ask yourself, why can't I accomplish it? You will be embarrassed to answer. Do not worry about any physical characteristic that you cannot change. Focus instead on developing virtues within your reach, such as honesty, dignity, resilience, simplicity, moderation, patience, sincerity, seriousness, and generosity. These are the true qualities you can cultivate to face any situation with integrity and strength. Practice getting back on track. There is no one who has never made a mistake. We have all stumbled and fallen, and when that happens, the secret is to quickly get up and move forward. The faster you get back on track, the better you will become at handling life's twists and turns. Deep change is hard, so we are not free from moments of weakness when we return to old habits. The important thing is to recognize these moments and commit to correcting the course. Ignore that inner voice that tells you to give up just because you failed. Do not feel frustrated or discouraged if not every day is perfect. Get up after each stumble and value the progress, even if it's imperfect. Celebrate your initiatives and engage in your activities with enthusiasm, avoiding the trap of pride or the desire to show off. The search for external validation and ostentation only delay your progress, as pride and the need to show off distance you from the true priorities, especially when you believe you are focused on what is most important. Especially when you believe you are focused on what is most important. See things as they really are. An effective way to reduce the power that things have over us is to look at them realistically. For example, Marcus Aurelius described wine as fermented grape juice and his purple robes a symbol of imperial power as fabric dyed with mollusk ink. We can use this same approach not just for objects but also for actions and behaviors. It's important to examine the principles that guide people, to understand what they value or avoid. Try to look beyond appearances to discover what truly motivates someone's love, admiration, or vanity. Ask yourself if someone's disapproval has the real power to affect you, or if compliments truly bring any real benefit. Learn to see things as they really are, so you're not controlled or led around by your emotions like a puppet. Money is indifferent. Understand that material wealth in itself is neither good nor bad. Its true value lies in how you use it. Calling material goods can confuse us, as having them in abundance does not guarantee a better life. The true riches are in your virtues, the respect you have for your mind, and inner satisfaction. If we overvalue material things, we will never be truly free. There will always be the fear of losing what we have or feeling envious of what others have. The mistake is as much in wanting too much as in denying yourself completely. Both attitudes give these objects too much power over our lives. The best way to deal with this is not to let wealth or objects have so much control over us. We should use what we have wisely, but be ready to let go if necessary. Use what you have positively, without boasting or feeling bad about it. And if you don't have something, don't worry about it. Value what you have now, thinking about how much you would really want those things if you didn't have them, but don't give them so much importance that you become very sad if you lose them. Express gratitude. Practicing gratitude transforms life, as Marcus Aurelius shows at the beginning of Meditations, where he expresses gratitude for the lessons learned in his youth. He values character development, temper control, and the practice of generosity, charity, and humor. He highlights the importance of education, hard work, manual skill, and simplicity. Marcus Aurelius also advises staying out of other people's gossip and disputes, speaking clearly, valuing freedom of expression, and resolving disagreements peacefully. He values gratitude for the gifts received and the ability to truly praise without superficial or forced compliments. He reminds us not to use the excuse of being too busy to neglect important tasks, listen to friends' problems, respect teachers, and give true attention to children. He emphasizes the importance of treating people according to their merits and avoiding unnecessary criticism. Always act with dignity, and more than talking about being a good person, simply be one. These teachings motivate us to value our experiences and the people who have influenced us, and to live with a deep sense of gratitude every day. If any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset.